But how important is keeping the commitment to yourself?
I think keeping commitments to yourself may foundationally be the most important thing to create a life that you do not regret. Because when I look back, like, it's why everybody jokes about New Year's resolutions. People make all these resolutions, but they're not even postured to keep a commitment to themselves. And so instead of saying I'm going to lose, and sometimes the problem is the commitment's about goals and not processes. If you say I'm going to lose 20 pounds, that's an unlikely commitment. If you say I'm going to get into the gym 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, that's more concrete. If you want to change, make commitments to the process, not to the outcome. And what does it mean when you say I'm going to increase my IQ by 10 points? I
don't know.
But if you say I'm going to
read 10 pages.
10 pages every day.
Yeah.
And so when you make a commitment to the process, you get the outcome. When you make a commitment to the outcome, you usually never begin the process.
You know what I love about this season of your life is you're the most practical I've ever heard you. You are giving people real things and real tools and real handlebars to grab onto. So we started with, if you want to become wise, become faithful. But the kind of the shadow side of this, and sorry for using shadow side, the super new agey language. Ooh, magic. You know what's crazy is the Bible is one of the most new agey books I've ever read in my life. I read other stuff being like, oh, this isn't nearly as insane as that one time where the witch of Endor killed freaking
You're still hung up on the witch of Endor.
Lawrence Fudge messed me up, man. Lawrence Fudge took me to lunch and said, ask me any crazy things about the Bible. Someone asked him, I think Luke asked him. Luke Grigio asked him, like one of the youngest guys on our team asked him like, hey Lawrence, what's the weirdest part of the Bible? And he goes, the witch of Endor. And Google it. If you haven't read about it, Google it. This is the shadow side of how to become wise. If you want to become wise, become faithful. The destruction to wisdom is personal, immediate pleasure. Can you open up about that?
Yeah, I think in our last conversation, I said the destruction of wisdom is immediate, temporary pleasure. And maybe this is me looking back on life, but I think I knew that even in my teens and 20s. And it's probably why I made a lot of choices that led me away from a self-destructive life, is that I watched people make choices in a moment that ruined their lives for decades, sometimes permanently. And I remember looking back, even in college, I had one particular day, and I'm not going to go into the details, but I made one really bad choice that led to a second really bad choice, that led to a third really bad choice. And the next day, I thought to myself, I never want to feel this way ever again. And I can say never again did I ever make any of those choices. Because I realized that temporary pleasure is just that. It's temporary. And the aftershock of temporary pleasure is guilt, shame, damage, brokenness, psychological, disrepair, and it isn't worth it. And so somewhere around the age of 19, I think I had my last moment where I allowed temporary pleasure to steal from me something that I thought was of value. But I also saw it when I was younger.
Wait, what year?
19 years old.
So this is a while ago.
Long time ago. And I still remember because I made the choice. And I think sometimes we don't make the conscious choices that we need to redirect our lives. And I think for so many of us, if we could take one moment back, we would take it back and go, my entire life dominoed in a negative direction. Positive momentum takes conscious choice. And negative momentum takes apathy, where you don't choose. So in a sense, when you think you're not choosing, you're choosing negative momentum. Positive momentum always takes conscious choice. Negative momentum happens from unconscious choice because you're not saying yes to the right thing. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
And so what happens is that faithfulness produces a characteristic in us. It's called perseverance. Faithfulness produces resilience. It produces endurance. It produces patience. So faithfulness teaches you to say no to temporary pleasure. And it builds an internal muscle. In fact, that's what James actually tells us in the scriptures, that it says, do not consider it, he says, consider it all joy when you face trials of many kinds, because the testing of your faith develops perseverance. Perseverance must finish its work in you, that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. So he's actually telling us there's a process here. When you're going through hardship, when you're going through trials, when you're going through testing, that you should actually celebrate that, because it means that you're in a furnace that's shaping your inner world. And that testing produces perseverance, and that perseverance is going to move you toward fullness, wholeness, and maturity. Without perseverance, you will never be whole. You'll never be mature, and you're actually never going to be fulfilled, because you will keep making choices that steal your future for your present.